Hi there. In this video I'm going to show how to make a 5-point scale, which is a great visual support. This is a methodology created by Carrie Dunbaron, and I described it in an ASHA Leader article recently about how technology can be used to create visual supports for social functioning. So in this video we're going to look at how to do this. You're seeing right in front of you the Keynote application, Keynote. And you could also use PowerPoint for this, which is also available for iPad, but I do love Keynote. And 5-point scales are great to make in Keynote because you can make them colorful and simple and duplicatable, and you can show them at any time, and they're portable. And as I was saying about duplicatable, you can easily copy one scale and then change the attributes or language or work on an entirely different thing with a different group of students or the same group of students. So we're going to look at how to do this in Keynote. So Keynote's a presentation tool, so all you do to get started is you're going to click the plus or tap the plus, and I like to choose just a simple blank presentation. And it comes with some text fields which you can either fill in or delete and add your own. This one I'll delete. And the key to doing this is using a chart, or a table. So tables in Keynote are available here under the plus. And you can see you got a range of different kinds of tables that you can use. I'll pick that one because it's pretty simple. And that doesn't look quite like what we were looking for there. So let's first change the amount of columns like that. And everything's very tappable in Keynote, as you see. And if I wanted to change the width of the columns that I have, I would do it that way. And so in general, I label the scale at the top and fill in the numbers on the left and the attributes on the right. So the numbers can be filled in right here. If you just double tap in any cell, we can do a 5. And then one of the things that I like to do also is to make the text color-coded and a little bit more interesting. So you just tap to highlight, and then we can make it red. You can barely see it's red. So we want to change the font size quite a bit, and maybe even make it bold. So you would repeat that for each of them. I'm just going to do it for one other one because otherwise this would be boring. So for double tap on it to select the text, go up here to the paint icon. That lets you do things like make it bold, make it larger. I don't know how big the other one was. And make it color-coded. And then you can just use this column to describe the attributes of the particular scale. So to do a simple one, like voice volume, a 5 would be shouting, where a 4 would be loud voice. And you can go down to 1, which is like no talking. But you might find it helpful at different stages of instruction to use the third column to reflect perspectives. Or other characteristics that go with the scale. So you'd continue doing that. I often develop these with students so that they feel ownership of the language. And what's terrific about it is we can just go copy and we can go paste and work with students in developing different kinds of scales. Like I like to use scales like the complicated scale. I won't worry about the capital right now. In making decisions together. So if we're going to do a recipe, we want to avoid things that are impossibly complicated, that take hours to prepare and use, say, more than 10 ingredients. So this helps students to think in levels. We could do this as too complicated, and quantify that way. So in the process of doing this over the years, I've developed scales from like problem size. This is the language used in Zones of Regulation, which is another great program, to, as we saw, a complicated scale. That's just some different labeling there. And you can always add, as we said, a third column to personal space or reactions to problems, being silly, talk time when in a group. So Keynote has been a really good tool for that. So I hope you found this little tutorial useful, and thanks for watching.